All your life they told you to study hard and get a degree so you wouldn't end up like the plumber. You listened, you got the office job, but AI arrived. And now you're the one who's scared. And the plumber isn't. The headlines don't lie. Amazon, Citigroup, Intel, Microsoft. Hundreds of thousands of office workers laid off. Lawyers, analysts, consultants, the jobs that were supposed to be safe. Now try to find a headline about electricians or plumbers being laid off. You won't. See what's happening? Office workers can't get a job anymore. Trade workers are turning work down. 5 years ago, nobody would have believed this. So how did the safe path become the risky one? And are we heading toward a world where the jobs everyone looked down on are the only ones safe from the AI revolution? For most of modern history, automation had a clear pattern. It went after the physical first. Assembly lines, cashiers, bank tellers, white-collar workers watched from a safe distance. And the story they told themselves was simple. Machines replace muscle, they don't replace minds. And honestly, a lot of them felt superior. A plumber, an electrician, someone who works with their hands, that was a lesser path. Everyone knew it. That's why your parents always said, study hard or you'll end up like that. Parents made it sound like if you failed one exam, a van would arrive at your house. 2 pigeons step out. They hand you boots. Sorry bro, you're trade now. So the safe move was obvious. Get a degree, get an office job, and go as far from anything physical as possible. And for a long time, that was the right move. The further up the ladder you climbed, the safer you were. The laptop class grew and grew, but then AI arrived, and it turned out to be extraordinarily good at exactly what white-collar workers do. Read documents, write reports, build financial models, the stuff that was supposed to be safe, but incredibly bad at what they spend decades looking down on. Working with your hands in unpredictable, messy, real-world environments. That gap has a name, Moravec's paradox. Hans Moravec figured it out in the 1980s, decades before AI was anyone's problem. The things pigeons find hardest, logic, legal reasoning, financial modeling, are easy for machines. But the things pigeons find easy, picking up an object, reading a broken pipe, are incredibly hard for machines. A robot can pass a bar exam, but it cannot reliably fix your sink. Water is everywhere. AI says, have you tried deleting the bathroom and reinstalling it? Fixing the sink requires real-time physical judgment in a messy, unpredictable environment. Every job site is different. The bar exam is just pattern recognition, and AI is very, very good at this. And this happens to be most of what white-collar workers do. New technology arrives and a whole class of workers disappears. It's happened before. It's just that this time, it's happening at the top of the ladder. So how bad is this? Goldman Sachs ran the numbers in 2023. 300 million full-time jobs globally exposed to automation, legal, administrative, financial, the jobs at the top of the prestige ladder. McKinsey pointed the same direction. Knowledge work is the next displacement frontier, not factory work. Law firms are already running document review on AI. Consulting firms are generating first drafts of client decks in minutes. AI made the deck. The intern added the word strategic. That'll be $80,000. And unlike the factory closures of the 1980s, this doesn't make the news. Cameras showed up. Politicians gave speeches. Somebody cried on television. This collapse is different. It happens in a calendar invite called Quick Sync. You join the Zoom. 3 pigeons you don't recognize. Someone from HR smiling too carefully. Over in 11 minutes. Then you update your LinkedIn to open to opportunities, which is a very clean way of saying AI did my job cheaper and my company noticed, but you cannot post that. So you post about resilience instead, while quietly applying to 300 jobs and hearing nothing back. But here's what nobody is talking about. While the white-collar collapse stays quiet, the other side of the ladder is getting loud. Electricians booked out for weeks, contractors turning down work, plumbers raising their rates because they can. Some construction projects are sitting idle. The money is there, but companies can't find pigeons to do the work. The US is running out of skilled trade workers, and the gap between demand and supply keeps growing. Meanwhile, white-collar job boards are flooded. Hundreds of applications for every opening. That's why trade salaries have been growing faster than white-collar salaries in recent years. The plumber says, I'm booked until next month. The office worker says, I can start yesterday. Please, I have LinkedIn Premium. The pigeon they criticized for skipping college is the one thriving. And the ones who knew how to use a computer, the smart ones, or so everyone thought. They're the vulnerable ones now. What does it mean for pigeons like you and me? You have two pigeons, same city, same year. Pigeon A finished a master's degree, $140,000 in student loans, 2 years of applications, finally got a job, but now it's gone. And the credential that was supposed to protect him is attached to a shrinking job category. He's paying off a loan that was supposed to be an investment, except the thing he bought depreciated faster than a new car leaving the lot. Pigeon B skipped university, did a 3-year electrician apprenticeship, and got paid a real salary while learning. 0 student loans. Now earns over $90,000 a year, has more work than he can handle, and just turned down 2 clients this week. See what's happening? They're both very talented, but the only thing that matters is which side of Moravec's paradox they landed on. One pigeon has a diploma, the other has a van. The van is winning. And money isn't the only problem white-collar pigeons face. Something cultural is shifting too. Not long ago, "I'm a plumber" was the thing you said quietly at a party. "I work in finance" was the thing you said loudly. But things are changing fast, and the strangest part is watching parents give advice. Go to college. Don't be a plumber like your cousin Mike. Now those same parents are watching their kids follow their advice and wondering if they made a mistake. Mom says, "Cousin Mike, if you're watching this, please hire Pigeon. It's all my fault." And here's where it gets personal for everyone. When millions of pigeons can't find stable work, they stop spending. They delay buying a house. They cancel subscriptions. They skip the vacation. And the businesses that depended on that spending feel it. The whole economy built around laptop class consumption starts getting hit too. The system assumed these pigeons would keep spending forever. They wanted Pigeon to upgrade his iPhone again. He's adding water to the shampoo bottle. And now, something interesting is happening. Some of the pigeons who got fired are looking at the other side of the ladder for the first time. They see it as a way out. Lawyers researching electrician certifications, former analysts enrolling in trade apprenticeships, consultants Googling, "How long does it take to become a plumber?" For decades, the answer to that question would have been unthinkable. Now it's showing up in Google searches. The ladder flipped, and some pigeons are finally starting to notice it. So what now? Let's go back to where we started. All your life they told you to study hard and get a degree so you wouldn't end up like the plumber. And you listened because the advice made sense at the time. For decades, the laptop class had the safest jobs, the best salaries, the most prestige. In 1950, physical strength was easy to mechanize. Thinking was hard, so thinking became prestigious. Now AI can think, at least the structured kind. And the messy physical kind, crawling under a house, reading a broken pipe, or troubleshooting a fault on site, that's still incredibly hard to copy. So the value is moving toward exactly what the laptop class spent decades looking down on. The office job was supposed to be protected by intelligence. Yep, artificial intelligence. Rude. There's only one question worth asking about any job right now. How hard is it to replicate what you do? A machine trained on your outputs could replace you in 2 years? That's not a stable place to stand. You make real-time physical judgments in environments a robot cannot navigate? That's a completely different situation. The plumber didn't see this coming. They just picked a path that happened to be on the right side of Moravec's paradox. And the pigeon with the master's degree picked a path that happened to be on the wrong side. Same generation, different luck. And honestly, nobody knows exactly what comes next. Maybe new jobs appear that don't exist yet. Maybe the future belongs entirely to trades. Maybe it's something in between. Pigeon doesn't know. Nobody does. But one thing is clear. In a world where AI can think, the things only pigeons can physically do are worth more than ever. And if you want to know why the entry-level jobs disappeared, click the video on screen now. Subscribe to support Pigeon. He's currently reconsidering every life choice since age 18.